Hello my scrappy friends, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters and thank you for joining me for a Kitaholic Kits design team layout. So I started this layout by cutting a circle on my silhouette and then cutting a second circle with some stitched dots. I then used chain stitching in white thread to stitch that sort of circle border, and that is going to be the kind of background for my layout. You can see that I've got a 3x4 photo that I've just matted on white paper, and I've got my title there, which is the word loved. That is from a Heidi Swap collection. So I am using the cute little banners that came in the print shop ephemera, and I'm going to overlap those and add those on. And my idea here, which I'm sure you've seen done many times before, is to fill this circle with ephemera from the kit. So stickers and die cuts and just all sorts of bits and bobs. I've already kind of pulled aside all the bits and pieces that I think will work for this layout. The things that sort of have the right sentiment attached, because this photo is Father's Day. So I really want to make sure it's kind of things that link to that. I'm not using a huge amount of the print shop ephemera. I'm mostly using the pink fresh stickers and things like that, but I am just going to have a big old play with all the bits and pieces that I have. I definitely want to tuck some underneath the circle just to give that illusion that the whole page is like the stickers kind of keep on going. And I thought at first I needed to keep my pages separate, but I realized if I just put glue around the edge, I can still slip ephemera underneath the circle because I haven't attached that part. So I have touched that down now. And next I'm going to go ahead and build up my photo. I decided the photo needed a bit more than just being one plain like 3x4, so I'm just adding a few bits and pieces from the print shop ephemera, the number 3 because they're my 3 boys. I cut that kind of notebook edging off one of the other pieces of ephemera. I just wanted that holy edging bit. Popping up a sentiment there, putting that word yes and then the little bulldog clip. I'm just kind of bending up the top of that bulldog clip to give that sort of 3D effect and to show that the clip's been, bent and put on. Then popping some thickers on the back to be my foam to help pop up that whole collection, photo and all. And that is going to adhere really close to the edge, actually, just kind of half on the photo, or not even half really, half on the circle and half not. And now I'm going to continue with all of my bits and pieces. So as I said earlier, I'm just using a big variety of all the different pink fresh stuff that came in the kit. That thicker kind of chipboardy stuff, the stickers, all the bits and pieces, just adding all of those on and trying to fill up all the little holes. There is not much that I can say about this. I'm kind of just winging it as I go. Really, I don't know, just hoping that I won't mess it up when the time comes, and I'm just kind of putting all the bits on wherever I see fit. I am vaguely attempting not to put too many of the same color directly next to each other, and I'm also vaguely attempting not putting too many of the exact same shape next to each other, because obviously with that whole page of circles that we got in the stickers, that is a lot of circles on that sheet. So there is a lot of circles to attach, but even still, I'm vaguely trying to not put all of the same shape together. And then I'm just going ahead. I will give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. I don't quite manage it. I do need to make a few minor adjustments as the layout goes on. La la la. I'm really just sitting here in silence watching myself. I'm sorry. I don't have a lot to say about what's happening here. I can tell you about the photo. The photo is my three boys. They have just given Daddy all of their homemade Christmas gifts and, Father's Day gifts, and are so very, very proud of themselves with all those beautiful homemade things that they made. And every year we always like to give a book, and sometimes they are a bit silly, and this one in particular was silly. It was like who made that smell concept, and the dad tells this amazing fabricated story of all the people that might have made the smell, and of course in the end it was Daddy. And the boys think it is the most hilarious book ever. And that's just a little bit of fun for Father's Day. So as you could see there, and especially here right now, I have come to the stage where I'm almost done. And the last few that I have, I can't quite get them to fit. So I do need a few minor adjustments. So I took off that blue circle with the weights, and I'm just going to slide it under the photo a little bit more to get that to fit. I had to make some adjustments down the bottom, and then there's just one or two little holes left to fill in. I thought about moving that black sentiment, but that was a bit too stuck, so it's just going to stay there. And then that is all the ephemera that I had planned to put on this page. I'd kind of pre-organized all the bits and pieces that I thought would work and had those off to the side. And this is now officially me having used every single bit. And there's kind of one or two little teeny holes that, I don't know, I'm just not thrilled with. So I am pulling off some of the love hearts that came on the Heidi Swap thickers, which is good because it also ties in the gold of that word a little bit better. And then I pulled out a different variety of pink fresh ephemera that I haven't pulled out before. And, enamel dots I should call them. And I am adding on just a few of the enamel dots that kind of work in the correct colours and just trying to fill in a few of the little gaps. I noticed that the majority of gaps are around the title, which is okay, but I didn't only want enamel dots right on the title. So I'm kind of forcing myself to find a few other little spots that I can put these enamel dots. And then once I have finished that, I ummed and ahed about splutters. You really could just keep it clean like it is right now. It definitely works like this, but I decided to go ahead and get black ones and just put a few little splatters on the diagonal. So just down in that bottom right corner and the top left corner, and then that's it. So this is the end of my layout. I hope you have enjoyed watching the process of how I made this. It certainly is an excellent way to use up a whole bunch of ephemera and stickers if you have an abundance of those. And I just think it was a really cute way of documenting this layout of my boys and their dad.